It's very obvious what Logarusic realizes.
That's what Logarusic expects.
His team is doing everything else except score.
Through this one. Will be a very interesting time for Paul Nkata. He's as the home colors. And a great expectation in this game, Arnold.
It is great atmosphere, and they've got a lot to live up to for the first.
The Lamine Diallo, who was starting from that midfield, looks like there's a burst of energy coming from that area. But the very first 5 or so minutes will be spent sizing each other up. What do you think is the depth of this?
One good signing in their coach, Paul Nkata from URA, and of course they've got quite a few new players, so they'll need time to gel together as opposed to AFC Leopards.
Some of your toughest players to your rivals in the Kenyan Premier League. We know that there are clauses like that before decamping to the City Star side. So you'll have to find something a little bit more tricky than a direct ball to him to be able to get him off guard or to make him lose concentration. But City Stars has equally produced some very good players as well. Some of the most
definitely is, and how they wish they had him now, because they need steal in their midfield more than anything else.
Well, they'd have to. It's back into the midfield for the City Stars, looking for a quick break here. And make the demands. We're only playing the 8th minute of the game now. This one's picked up in the midfield by Saad Abdallah. Out on the left. And he will provide for some of the drama off the field. City Stars trying to pick up the ball at the edge of the box. Now that's a better idea to clamp it down, be filled up from the middle of the field. And he opts for the latter. Now they've got some space. I'll tell you, he's in the security business. In real life, that is. So he knows all about keeping security as well. This is Ismail Kavugu, brings it back into the midfield. One thing you've got to give credit to the City Stars side, they're holding the ball and building it up. They're not in a hurry. This is Ismail Kavugu, brings it back into the midfield. One thing you've got to give credit to the City Stars side, they're holding the ball and building it up. They're not in a hurry to release the ball. They're not frantic for a goal. Fences and try and find out exactly what's going on there. There'll be a lot of pushing. And that is really going to be the trouble with the Leopards if they can't keep possession. The City Stars are taking it easy and keeping possession. And you know that takes away the pace from the opposing team. Well, the City Stars again have picked up possession. Abdallah Saad trying to get to open the left flank.
From Uganda, adding into what many people now insist is the best league in East Africa.
Talk about a community, and a very happy community for that. And the City Stars are 52%.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They balance them out. It's very close numbers, 48-52. But those days were maybe in the mid-2000s, Bernard, but because for the last 4 or 5 years, City Stars has been one of the teams that AFC Leopards absolutely detests playing.
This is back into the midfield. And then again picked up by Abdallah Saad. Well, they forced the Leopards into defense, honestly, and are pinning them in their half. Just rolling the ball around and looking for an opportunity to go through. We would have a big say on who plays on the team, and that has been the nightmare of coaches. Talk about Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs, or talk about even the North African derbies. It's always the same story. I'll tell you, the community clubs usually would have a big say on who plays on the team, and that has been the nightmare of coaches. And Kaiser Chiefs, or talk about even the North African derbies. It's always the same story.
Not in person, but in the way their games are playing, that triumvirate up at the front for AFC Leopards, you're right, is going to cause trouble for some wicked.
To Calvin Masawa. Abdallah Saad. Oh, the question would be, which side is Jackson Saleh looking at? He had the open goal there. He should have just glanced it down. Fair to say, yes, they have been. They were just relegated in the last season, and they've gotten a second chance coming back to fill in the 2 slots that needed to make it for a 16-team league. And
I think it's further down Thika Road, but I think I will be shocked to have lost. Big shock for Tim Bright.
Scott Kelly himself is a goal poacher. He was not going to give it out if he's got a perfect chance for a shot, was he?
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, if you've never seen him play and you see that as his first attempt on goal, it does not exactly scream goal poacher. Sends that very high and very wide, and he needs to settle down and maybe try to
have a painful 1-0 loss. or you have a very, very exciting 1-0 win. Go to the right side, but look at where they turned the ball back in. That is what is worrying me about the City Stars as well. Very adept at moving the ball around, and I'm wondering at what point they're looking. But that's a good indication, isn't it? When you get to the end of it and it shakes the net, it's always a good indication of things to come, unless the City Stars can conjure up something else. They played like this the first half. They were keeping the ball, making sure the Leopards are not on it. But Simona takes a little bit too long to control it. City Stars again off with it. Well, looking too hard to try and use that flank. A little backheel that confuses everybody in the direction that ball was going. That's a better delivery out on the right side. What was the asking question?
They contained them, but ultimately they did not defend when they needed to. They got Leopards with 3 players in the box, only one for City Stars. And
in the City Stars side is that man. This one's back into the midfield, picked up by the City Stars. Gama loses possession now. By Leopards. Martin Keys up for a throw-in for the City Stars. Runners is dribbling. He's got to watch out for the passing because it's in the motion. It can't be passed to where you were last. Don't get to it. Sometimes it thinks you're going on to the flanks and then it sends the ball to the flanks and the striker is moving in through central penetration. This is going to be a foul.
And hope for the best guy. Even the world's best strikers do it, but in that instance, very seasoned clearly.
Jacob Curley.
It really was, and it's a indication of a Leopard close scratching, but they need to get back on their haunches and see if they can